Welcome to Afternoon Express. Today we are exploring the incredible synergy between self-awareness and the signals our bodies send us. By listening to your body and taking preventative steps, you can live a longer, healthier and happier life. Joining us now is Dr. Michelle Merrington, who will be sharing just how important it is to listen to your body. Welcome to the show, Doctor.
Thank you, Zuraidah.
Why is it so important? I believe it's important, but tell our viewers.
So I believe that being in tune with your body means we all need to be aware of the fact that we all have a different baseline.
Yes.
And it's when there's a shift from that baseline that we need to start kind of seeking help or speaking up and asking the question, why, what's happened? Because early detection is key in medicine.
Yes.
The sooner we can pick up problems, sometimes the easier it is to treat, and also just to prevent complications further down the line.
Yes.
So listen to your body.
I love what you said here about that baseline and that baseline changing. But how does one become aware of a baseline changing?
What is your norm? Because I think that is key. I can describe symptoms to you, and you might be sitting there thinking, but that's my everyday. But the difference is that is it. My baseline is different to yours. So yeah, be intuitive and
carry that awareness
and just be aware
those gut feelings
of what when something doesn't feel right, speak up.
Absolutely. I love the book The Body Keeps the Score, and it speaks about all of that, listening to the changes of your body, being intuitive about what's happening for you. Speak to me about preventative care. I'm sure in your practice you find patients that are not aware of, for example, chronic diseases that are coming up, and then you have patients that saw the symptoms coming and come to you beforehand because they're so in tuned.
So prevention is probably one of the foundation kind of blocks in medicine, and something that we spend a lot of time talking about and trying to raise awareness about with our patients. In medicine, we call it screening, and essentially I think this is probably what you're asking about. And we speak of screening as you're looking for problems, if you will, disease, before signs or symptoms manifest. So as opposed to the patient who comes to you and says, oh, doctor, I've got abdominal pain and I've had it for 3 weeks, I'm not sure what's happening. This is the patient that thinks they're absolutely fine. And you say, well, let's just check, see what your blood pressure is like today. Let's check your blood sugar. Let's see what your cholesterol is like. When was your last mammogram? When was your last pap smear? And not because they're complaining of anything, but just we saying, let's just check that all as well. So should anything arise, that we can intervene sooner than later.
Okay. Tell me about screening. What are some of the important screenings that one should have taken into consideration? Family history, and then also maybe not family history, because sometimes science is showing us that, sometimes you have a disease that may not have run in your family that you get because it's stress-related or something like that. So speak to me about screening, and what are the screening processes that one should engage with annually?
We usually suggest that as of about age 40, 45, men start having tests to screen for prostate cancer and testicular cancer, which are an ultrasound, it's a blood test, it's a physical exam, so nothing invasive. Ladies, kind of more specifically and more commonly, breast cancer and having
breast
their
cancer awareness month.
Absolutely. Having the mammograms done timeously, and it's not only because your mother had breast cancer or because your sister. It has to be done in every woman. Pap smears, ladies, go to your doctor. It's not the most pleasant of consultations, it's not the most pleasant of examinations, but it can save your life because it's something that can be cured. It's one of the cancers. If you pick it up early, it can actually be cured. That said, it could also cause death down the line if we ignore. So that's just speaking of cancer, but then there are chronic diseases which you also mentioned, so hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol. Many times there are no symptoms that you've got early signs or early disease. So until we prick that finger, check the blood sugar, check the cholesterol, you wouldn't know that there was a problem. Blood pressure, sadly, is known as the silent killer. So again, you could have a blood pressure through the roof, or the first presentation could be a stroke or a heart attack. That's what we're trying to prevent. We don't want you to end up in the ICU in critical care. We can intervene sooner. We can manage these diseases. We can't necessarily cure them, but we can certainly manage it.
Tell me about some of the lifestyle factors that you think are imperative that we input into our lives.
Those are things like introducing exercise into your kind of daily life or into your regular routine. From a cardiovascular perspective, we suggest at least 20 minutes of cardiovascular exercise 3 times a week at least. There are people out there that enjoy doing more, but if you can at least aim for that. Smoking, quit smoking. Just stop. Somehow, some way, just stop. And again, you can speak to your doctor if you need some help. It's not as easy for everyone, but there are even medicines to help with that if need be. Food, what you put into your body, essentially. You know, be cognizant of what you eat and what you don't eat. Yeah, those are probably like the big ones. What we're eating, move and stop smoking, please.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you, Dr. Merrington. Remember that the journey to a healthier you begins with your self-awareness. On social media, we would like to know, how in tune are you with your body? Number 1, very. Number 2, kind of. Or number 3, not at all. Remember to use the hashtag AfternoonExpress.